All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This lesson is going to be inspired by this precept here, Hebrews 13, verse 14. It says, "For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come." All right, which, as Paul said, we have no continuing city here. All right, which is true. Okay, we being here, as the scriptures say, this is the land of our captivity. All right, not the land of our prosperity, which is why our people are in the conditions we're in today. But we hunger and thirst for a better world. All right, a life without stress. All right, a life where we don't got to go through all this BS every single day. Even if you're not catching hell, you still don't feel satisfied. You still don't feel, especially for us that know, all right, that there's a better world to come. All right, as the scripture said, we know that the kingdom is coming. We know how much better life can be according to what the scriptures tell us. All right, so even if we're not catching hell at the moment, it's still hell that we're not in the kingdom. Okay, if you're not in heaven, then you're in hell. Okay, and this place is hell, man. All right, now I'm going to go into the word continuing. All right, in Hebrews 13 and 14, I didn't really put any precepts together. I'm just going through the spirit, so whatever comes to mind we'll go with. All right, but this is Hebrews 13 and 14, the word continuing. All right, it says to remain, abide in reference to place, not to depart. Okay, to continue, to be, not to perish, to last, endure. All right, in reference to state or condition. So we don't have a continuing city because we don't have our kingdom. All right, at any moment, being that we're under these different kingdoms, all right, right now we're currently, all right, under Esau's kingdom. Like in the past, you had certain kingdoms and kings that would have the power to take you out of your land, and put you somewhere else. Okay, or basically discomfort you, all right, wherever you are. You wouldn't be guaranteed peace because we're not in rulership. That's how things work, man. Okay, that's how things work. It's not let's all be equal, let's all be on the same page. No, it's either one is on top and one is on the bottom, or one is on top and the other's on the bottom. All right, there is no equality, and it doesn't work that way, man. Okay, that leads to anarchy. Why? Because everybody's trying to fight to be at the top. Okay, that's how life is, man. Okay, now the word anarchy simply means without rule. All right, the key at the end, like monarchy, okay, at the end it means rule, and anarch means to be without. Okay, so anarchy meaning without rule, and that's what would happen if you don't have somebody ruling. There will be chaos. All right, fighting for power. Okay, now let me go to this. That's why it tells you here. Okay, matter of fact, before I even go there, let me look into the word city. I think that's what I was looking for. All right, in the Greek, it's polis. All right, like you have metropolis. All right, it says a city, one's native city, the city in which one lives, the heavenly Jerusalem, which you read about that in Revelation, the 21st chapter. Okay, the heavenly Jerusalem, that's our continuing city. Okay, it says the abode of the blessed in heaven, of the visible capital in the heavenly kingdom, to come down to earth after the renovation of the world by fire. All right, and how is the world going to be renovated by fire? Through World War III. All right, the Lord said, let me find that real quick. Isaiah 54 verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work." Now the smith is somebody that like you have a blacksmith. All right, now these modern day smiths, okay, are these scientists, okay, who deal with the elements and being able to turn different elements into nuclear weapons. All right, the Lord has created them like it says, the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, by giving them the understanding to be able to create such instruments. Okay, and what work is that going to be? It says, and I have created the waster to destroy. So what are those nuclear missiles for? They're for destruction. Okay, they're to waste this place. All right, now this is Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. See, when you go back to the ancient world, they used to fight with swords, spears, shields, horses, elephants. So you imagine having all these on a battlefield. There's a lot of confused noise. You have people yelling, you know, people, blood everywhere. You have the sound of the horses stomping on the ground. You have the sound of swords clashing. Okay, so that's all confused noise. It says, and garments rolled in blood. Why? Because it was actually physical back then. It wasn't just I'm gonna fly over your country and drop a bomb on you and that's it, or I'm gonna just shoot bullets at you. No, it was more with swords. It was close combat. All right, sometimes you have bows and arrows. It says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So this war that's coming, this World War III, is gonna be with what? With burning and fuel of fire. And what is that? That's those nuclear missiles. Okay, which, you know, as the scriptures say, all right, it's not going to destroy the whole earth, but it will destroy certain key parts. Okay, it will destroy certain key parts. I'm trying to find it. I believe it's in Ecclesiastes. Hold on one second. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4, it says, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh. Just like your great-grandparents, at one point they were here, and they died, and the next generation came to pass. But the earth abideth forever. So I'll give you an example. You might have a certain location, a certain rock, a certain building, a certain tree, all right, which is a part of the earth. Now you'll have your great-grandparents might have played around that tree. You know, and then their children might have played around the tree, and their children and their children and their children, even until you, all right? And all of you come and pass and go, but that tree is still there. And that's the same thing with the earth. All right, we come and go, but the earth is still here. Like it says, the earth abideth forever. So even after World War III, the earth is still going to be here. All right, the whole earth will not be destroyed. However, you will have certain locations on the earth, all right, that will be wasted. Okay, locations such as America. Okay, and there's a lot of precepts that go into that. Okay, let me see if I can find a few. Desolate. All right, I could this is Joel chapter 3 verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Okay, now when you go into Revelation, the 11th chapter, okay, down to the 8th verse, it says what? And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Now the great city is talking about Babylon the Great. Today is known as America. It says, now that great city, which is America, it says what? Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Now we know the Lord was not crucified in Egypt or Sodom, okay, or America physically, okay, but spiritually the Lord is crucified. He's crossed out over here, and I'm talking about Yahushua, not Jesus. You know, as you guys, people out here talking about, you know, you know, trying to basically bring confusion with the name, all right. But nonetheless, America, all right, is also referred to as Egypt. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to that precept. Let me find it real quick. Wilderness. All right, Joel chapter 3 verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Now, you have Edomites that dwell here, which America is like the capital, all right, of Esau's system now, because just like Rome was the capital, all right, of Esau's kingdom roughly 2,000 years ago, all right. Today, Rome has come back as America, and America is spearheading this beast system, which is Esau's system. So it'll be what? A desolate wilderness. Why? Because of the violence against us. Because they touched the apple of the Lord's eye, which are us, the Israelites. Okay? And when you speak about it, they try to ridicule you and ostracize you. All right? Make you paint you as the villain, like they did to that the Eagles player. Okay? But the Lord said He's going to do away with this place. All right? This place is not going to be inhabited, all right, anymore. Okay? Inhabited. I'll find a precept for that. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." All right, and it's talking about, it says Medes, but prophetically speaking, it's referring to the Russians, just like you have the scriptures talk about Assyria, all right, or that bloody city. And yes, it's talking about Assyria. Assyria was an actual location, but it's referring to America. Okay, so, and that's why you got to understand prophecy, okay, to break down these scriptures. So verse 18 says, "Their bows shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare." Okay, now are they going to be shooting literal arrows from bows? No, but they're going to be shooting those missiles. Okay. Verse 19, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency." Okay, because what was this place America known as? All right, the land of the brave, the land of the free, the land of opportunity. You had the American dream. Everybody looked up to America at one point. Okay, that's why I called it the glory of kingdoms. When you go into the book of Revelation, it refers to Babylon as the whore that sitteth upon many waters. All right, that whore that was on the scarlet colored beast. And those beasts, it tells you that the heads represent different kingdoms. Okay, so the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. Because a lot of the influence, all right, of these Western and European countries comes from America. It's called westernization. They even did it to the Chinese and the Japanese. All right, I'd say one of the nations that got the least westernized would be the Elamites, because you'll see them and they'll still, you know what I'm saying, the music they play, the food they eat, the way they dress, you know, it looks like straight from the ancient world. Okay, so it says, you know, because they wear the different garments and stuff. All right, so verse 19, Isaiah 13 and 19, it says, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." Okay, and how did the Most High overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? He made it rain fire and brimstone. And that's how this place is going to go down. Those missiles are going to be so much, it's going to be like it's raining fire. Okay, it says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation." So what does that mean? That means that the kingdom, all right, yeah, the kingdom is going to be on earth, but we ain't going to be in America. Okay, when this man's society goes down, his kingdom goes down, his capital is going down with it. This land of North America will not be inhabited anymore. Okay, it'll be a memorial, all right, to show when you see the smoke burning in this place that, yeah, that was that wicked place. The reason the Lord is destroying this place is to cleanse the land from all the blood that's been shed. The scriptures say, if there's blood shed on the land, okay, that land can be cleansed, except the blood of those that shed the blood is shed on that land. Hopefully you understand it. If I kill you on this land can't be cleansed until I'm killed. My blood is on it, you know. But the Lord is ultimately going to do that when he burns this place up. All right, so it says, because our capital is going to be in Jerusalem. All right, yes, the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Okay, we will be walking on the earth. We'll live on the earth. All right, we're gonna have other planets as well. Okay, but you got people that think, oh, it's you know, the kingdom of heaven, you die and it's in the afterlife. No, it's here on earth. The same way the kingdom of Esau is on earth, our kingdom is going to be here. Our kingdom is really gonna be a change of rulership. The same way the Babylonians went down and the Persians came up, it was a change of rulership. It went from the kingdom of Babylon to the kingdom of the Persians, or the Achaemenid kingdom or empire. So the same thing with us. The kingdom of heaven is really just the Israelites in power, ruling, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So people will hear the kingdom of heaven and they'll confuse it for the spirit world. All right, the third heaven, so to speak, the different dimension. No, we're talking about the kingdom of heaven. All right, and that's where we're gonna have complete order, as the scriptures say, on earth as it is in heaven. Okay, so it says, Isaiah 13:20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. All right, so these different nations, predominantly these Arabs, who come over here and they set up their little halal stands. and you, for example, halal guys, when you go downtown, you'll see the little cart, and they'll literally have what looks like a little like an umbrella-ish kind of thing, which is sort of like the top of a tent. All right, and then they'll put it there, and it has the blue and yellow, and they'll say halal guys, and they'll have their little cart where they sell. All right, and they do other businesses here as well. Okay, but like it says, they're not going to pitch tent here, meaning they're not going to be able to come to America to make money anymore. It says, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And these are all desert creatures. Why? Because once America is hit with those nuclear missiles, the anger of the Lord will be in the fire. All right, that's why it says it will make the land desolate. Okay, what it's going to do is it's going to cleanse, it's going to burn this whole land, and it's going to reduce when you read in the book of Peter, it says the elements shall burn with fervent heat, or shall melt. Okay, so everything is going to be reduced back to its original form, broken down to the atoms. All right, so the buildings, the fire is going to be so strong that it's going to break down, all right, the elements in the buildings back into dirt, into sand. Okay, that's why you're going to have desert creatures living here. Verse 22, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So we're witnessing, all right, the end of this kingdom, and we're drawing each day, we're drawing closer and closer, all right, to this prophecy of this place becoming a desert. And we will see it. All right, we will see it. Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. All right, and that final plague is the fire, the missiles. It says, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. All right, and that sea of glass mingled with fire is referring to the firmament. Now, it's mingled with fire because when you look, when the elect get beamed up into the chariots, okay, and they look down, okay, when they look down through the firmament, what they're going to see is fire, okay, burning up this place. It says, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast. Now, who is the beast? The beast today, all right, is Esau's system, NATO and the EU, okay, with America spearheading it. So that this system is going to go down in World War III, all right, because as they're fighting amongst each other, Yahushua is going to come down and take them all out, all right, and deliver his elect. So what John is seeing here is that process, all right, of how the elect get delivered and this beast system gets destroyed. That's how you got victory over the beast. But those, all right, who took the chip and subjected themselves to the beast out of fear, instead of having faith in the Lord and waiting upon the Lord, guess what? Read in Revelation 14:9, it'll tell you their fate. Because as the beast is going down, guess what? They're going to be going down with the beast. See, John said he saw a sea of glass mingled with fire. You know who else was in the fire? The 2/3 and these heathen nations. All right, not all of them, all right, but the ones that were here in America and other parts. Okay, because that land of Israel, okay, which those so-called Jews are in there right now, they've polluted it. Talking about kosher pig and having gay parades and all that, they've polluted it. So the Lord is going to have to cleanse that land too. And if they're living on that land, they're going to get burnt up too. Okay? It says, and over his image and over his mark, which is that chip, and that the image is the system. Okay? And how do we get over this image and with this chip? We love not our lives unto the death. We sighed and cried for the abominations in the midst thereof. We didn't bow down to this system. We didn't go down. We didn't go with the flow of this system. Because a part of this image is promoting homosexuality, promoting transgenderism, all right, promoting all the wickedness in this place, that Western lifestyle, the same thing they were doing back in Rome. Okay? And then ultimately to top it off with that mark, that chip, to show that, you know what, you've been down with us for a while. Now, all right, this is the ultimate, you know, sign that you're a part of our system. Okay? Now the elect ain't gonna take it. Some of the elect are gonna have to die to be martyrs, to glorify the Lord, to show that, look, in the book of Second Ezra, the second chapter, around the 40th verse, it tells you how Ezra then commended them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So you're gonna have martyrs to glorify the name of the Lord, because through their faith and them trusting in the Lord, they didn't take the chip and they rather give up their lives. But then you're also gonna have those who are not gonna die. They're not gonna take the chip, but the Lord is gonna provide for them and keep them alive until Yahushua returns and redeems us. And that's why Yahushua told some of his disciples, there be some of you standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his power and his glory. What does that mean? That means that in the reincarnation, in the generation or the time period when Yahushua is going to make his return, those spirits that were back there with him 2,000 years ago, they're going to be back here on the earth today. And some of them ain't going to die this time. All right? That's reincarnation. So back to Revelation 15:2, continuing on, it says, over the beast, over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works. Lord, power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. All right, and that's going to be the beginning of our kingdom. In order for us to get our kingdom, this kingdom here has to go down. That's how kingdoms are translated. One is taken down and one is brought up. Daniel 4:17. Now, I'm going to close it off with this precept here, because the scriptures say, all right, yeah, we don't have a continuing city now, but we can't take down this kingdom because we don't have power. All right, the Lord hasn't given the order yet. All right, and we're not going to be the ones to do it. Yahushua is going to do it. He's going to be the leader. You see, when in our custom, the king doesn't just sit back and, we'll press a button and shoot missiles. No, the king leads the war, like King David, and like Yahushua is going to do. Unlike these cowardly Edomites nowadays. Okay, now this is Daniel chapter 2, because let's see what the scriptures say. See if I can find it. Just give me 1 second. Oh, okay, it's Daniel 7. All right, Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High. Now, who are the saints? Okay. Let's get a precept to back that up. Alright, this is Psalm chapter 148, verse 14. It says, he exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye the Lord. So who are the saints? The children of Israel. So Daniel 7:18 says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. Okay, now that starts with the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, the Israel of God, so to speak. All right, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever. Now, how are the elect going to take the kingdom? All right, by waiting upon the Lord. Isaiah is it 40? Isaiah 40, verse 29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. And that's literal. All right, now not that we're literally going to grow wings, but we're going to gain power, spiritual power. All right, and when Yahushua comes back, we're going to join him in taking down this kingdom. Okay, so as the scripture said in Daniel, what? The saints, all right, which are Israelites, are going to take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. That's the kingdom of heaven. All right, and once we're in rulership, we're never going down, and we're going to live forever too. So that's why going back to the precept I started with, all right, in Hebrews, that's why we seek a kingdom to come, because here we have no continuing city. This is not our kingdom. This is not our rest. Okay, and so we seek eternal rest, which the Lord has promised us. All right, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna end it off here. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. We almost out of here, man. Things are speeding up. You see the signs, you see the prophecies. All right, and as the scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it. So that's what we're doing. But in waiting, you have to grow. You have to prepare yourself. Okay, take that opportunity to build yourself up in the faith. Study, pray, fast. You know, repent if you haven't repented. Okay, and get in the right spirit. Because once the Lord sets this thing off, he's not stopping. He's not slowing down, and you better be right or you're going to be dead. All right. Anyway, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.